Hey, this is Tim from AK Endless Sports Cards. All right, switching it up just a little bit here. I am filming on my back deck. It is a pretty nice afternoon. It's overcast. It did just start sprinkling a little bit, but that's okay. Hey, I live in Alaska. Used to it. Probably 55, maybe 60 today. So a relatively nice day to be outside. Birds are chirping a little bit, so you might hear them in the background. So combo episode, 2 parts. First one is going to be in regards to a grading video that I found to be really interesting. So I'm going to provide some of my commentary and some opinions on that first. And then second, switching it up just a little bit, I'm going to show you some garage sale finds. So I was looking for sports cards, struck out, did find some other sports related items though, in addition to some outliers. So I'm going to show you some of those, because I don't know if you're like me, but I really enjoy watching garage sale find videos. And we get some pretty good garage sales up here in Alaska once in a while. And so I found a pretty cool one yesterday. So I'll talk to you about those pickups as well. If you like these types of videos, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you've already subscribed, please tell some friends so I can continue to expand the channel. My next goal is to hit 250 subscribers, and here we go. So with that said, I watched a video by Carlson Cards, and I think he's done a few of these. I watched one in particular where he takes BGS, SGC, and PSA slabbed cards. He cracks them, and then he sends them into PSA, hoping that he would get a grade bump, essentially. In some cases, he is even just hoping for a straight across grade, because for whatever reason, the market has, at least temporarily, decided that PSA graded cards just hold premiums. PSA 10s especially. You know, when I was at the National, I saw somebody wearing a shirt that was talking about the PSA 10 tax. And I've heard people talking about it as well. Because, you know, if you're comparing BGS 9.5s or, you know, SGC 10s, SGC 9.5s, you compare those to the PSA 10 prices, and there's a big premium on those PSA 10s. I'm not sure exactly why. I thought this video was very interesting along those lines though. So a couple of different examples that I found interesting from this video. And again, I tip my cap to Carlson Cards because there's a lot of risk involved in doing this. Because potentially, you could take a BGS 9.5, you could crack it out and accidentally damage it. Or you could crack it out and send it in and PSA gives it an 8. I mean, who knows? And then you're really dropping some value. And so there is risk. This isn't something that I'm recommending you go out and do. It's not something that I've done. I'm not saying I would never do that, to give it a try, just as an experiment, or maybe it could be some fun. But I'm not recommending it, nor have I done it to this point. But so he had a Peyton Manning gold refractor from 2002 that was a BGS 9.5. He cracked it. When he cracked it, he looked and saw that there were a couple of minor surface issues. It looked like a couple minor surface scratches. And so it had already been cracked, and so he sent it in, and he ended up getting a PSA 10, which is a big value bump. As a matter of fact, when you look at some of these value bumps that he got, because he sent in several, some of these bumps were as high as $1,000 to $3,000, value add. He did say that he's estimating that, of course, because based on, a lot of these cards were low pop cards, so it's kind of hard to establish a firm value. So they were estimates, but I get his point that they were big value adds. Another one that he had done was a BGS 9 Select Gold Travis Kelce rookie card. It was in a BGS 9 holder. He cracked it. He sent it to PSA. It got a PSA 9. So it's another value add because, again, for whatever reason, the market has decided that PSA slabs are more valuable. And so he was able to do that and bump that, or do a straight across in that situation, grade from BGS 9 to PSA 9. So I thought that it was really interesting because he was able to take some BGS 9.5s and get the PSA 10s. If there's a perspective out there that a PSA 10 has to be a perfect card, number one, if you go to PSA site, PSA 10s are not perfect cards. There can still be a minor issue or two with these cards. And oftentimes there are. I know when I've sent cards in for grading, I've sent imperfect cards in and gotten 10s. They're not saying that it's perfect. They're just saying that based on those standards, it's met a 10. And so if there's a perception out there that when you're buying a PSA 10, it's a flawless card, that's incorrect. Based on all of based on some of the things in this video and based on my personal experience, it's just not correct. And plus, again, if you go to their website and take a look, they're not claiming that the cards are absolutely perfect. So he also tested this theory. People had said that if you have a PSA slabbed card that's serial numbered, if you crack it and you send it in, you're guaranteed to get the exact grade. So he went ahead and did that with a Peyton Manning card. It was a PSA 7. He cracked it. He thought it was a harsh grade. He sent it back in. I think it was serial number to 100. Sent it back in. It got a PSA 8. This is a small sample size. So I don't know if one just slipped through or whatever the case is, but he challenged that idea that you can't send serial numbered cards in and get anything but the original grade, because he got that grade bump. And I thought that was really interesting as well. So he did not talk about what he did to prep these cards to send them in, but he did point out some flaws that he saw after he cracked them. And then, basically had said that, even with those flaws, they got those PSA grades. So I thought it was a very, very interesting video. I had a lot of fun watching that. So again, I tip my cap to you, sir, and congratulations on those grade bumps or straight across grades and value adds, because I think he was talking about keeping a bunch of them for his personal collection and potentially letting a couple of them go. I thought that was really cool. So the second portion here is going to be in regards to some garage sale finds. Again, I was looking for sports cards, struck out on that. I did meet a gentleman, though, that buys storage units. And I did give him my contact information and just said, hey, if you happen to find sports cards, to let me know, because he was talking about how he doesn't really, do a lot of collecting and stuff, and so he likes to unload those when he finds them. So I was just like, well, just give me a call if you happen to find some. So hopefully in the future, maybe we'll find something cool. With that said, though, let's take a look at these other garage sale pickups. All right, so let's start off with the non-sports related stuff first. So I don't know if you're like me at all in this, but sometimes when I go to garage sales, I'm usually looking for sports related things, sports cards, memorabilia, clothing, things like that. But sometimes, you just find really cool stuff that you didn't really know you were looking for, and it's priced right, and you just buy it and just check on it later and see if you actually had bought something of good value or not. And so I actually bought a bunch of spoons, which I know seems extremely random. But I found a garage sale that had a series of silver spoons, and these are sterling. And one thing that I knew was that sterling silver, see it says sterling on there, that sterling silver is 92.5% silver. So I knew that going in. So there's 3 of them. Here's another little stack. Little guy here. This one's a New York spoon. Some floral design here. This one here says, let me look a little closer, Pride of the West, this one says. I don't think any of these are like super valuable, but when I looked up some stuff online after the fact, $12-15 a piece, a lot of these. Moving on to one that's a little bit larger and heavier. This one's actually quite heavy. I looked up some of these brands, and I don't know, some of them maybe around $20-ish. And then these are the biggest ones. There's a big one here, kind of a weird shape. Again, it says sterling on it. And floral pattern on that one as well. So yeah, I really didn't expect to buy spoons. So there are 10 of them right there. I originally bought 13, but 3 of them are silver plated, while these 10 are sterling. And I paid $50. So I thought that was actually a really good deal. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with these. I don't know, I kind of think they're cool. Might just kind of hang on to these. thought it was kind of a cool little find. Again, wasn't really looking for it, but next stack of things that I bought. You know, I live in Alaska. It gets pretty cold in here in the winter. And I found a bunch of winter hats. So like, for example, here's a Miami Heat winter hat. And I mean, these are nice. Mitchell and Ness. $2. New Era Bulls knitted hat, $2. A Windy City Bulls hat, same thing. All of these were $2, these hats. It's about a stack of them. Got one North Carolina New Era. And then this was kind of cool because this was like a retro one. Hawks. I mean, some of these are like brand new. I mean, they're used, but I mean, they're in great shape at $2 a piece. So, got 5 of them. Paid $10. 2 more things. Last 2 things from this batch of garage sales. I like to frolf. I like to do the frisbee golf. I haven't done it a lot lately. These just kind of reminded me that I need to. Bought a couple of frolf discs. This one had a $2 price tag on it. This one had a $4 price tag on it. I don't know, a lot of these, I've just seen them at the stores, and I've bought these in the past. I mean, some of them are $15-20, maybe even a little bit more. I got these 2 for $5. They wanted 6, $5. But these are nice. They had a bunch of other ones too, but they were in rough shape, so I just bought these 2. So it's nice, you know, you got people coming up and visiting Alaska. If you want to go frolfing, you got some extra discs. I'm going to slip in 1 card pickup to wrap this video up. I did get 1 card in here in time. I bought a Panini rated prospect card of Matas Buzelis. I saw that he, at least early now, is ranked as a pretty high prospect for next year's draft. And I saw that he was in the Panini packs from the National. So I was looking at singles, and other people must be thinking the same thing, because I got outbid on a bunch. This is a cool one, though. It's red ice. And on the back, it's numbered to $199. Cool card. A little bit of prospecting for basketball. I tried to get a green. I tried to get a blue ice. I've tried for a couple of those. Outbid every time, so... I paid $12 to $15. I don't remember exactly what it was for this, but that's worth a shot. I might buy a couple more. We'll see. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and hope everybody's week is off to a good start. And remember that the opportunities for collecting sports cards are endless.